Good luck.
Merhaba arkadaşlar, hepiniz IEFT Talks webinarlarına hoş geldiniz. Bugün İngiltere'de işletme, yüksek lisans programları ve kariyer fırsatlarını Bournemouth University, Luciana, Deborah, Yumi ve Talya'dan dinliyor olacağız. Lütfen sorularınızı questions kısmından sormayı unutmayın. Yes, Luciana, the stage is yours now.
Thank you so much, Zainab. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being with us today. So I am a regional manager here at Bournemouth University, and I will start the presentation, give you a brief introduction to Bournemouth and to the programs we offer at the faculty, at the business school. And then I will hand over to Deborah, who will give you more information about the MBA. Yumi will give you details about all the programs under business and management. And finally, we are going to have Talia, who is a current student, and she will share some of her experiences at Bournemouth and at the university with you. Okay, so for those of you who is connecting with us for the first time, I would like to let you know that Bournemouth University is located in a town in the southwest coast of England. It's a seaside town, also called Bournemouth, and it's a really nice place to be, especially in spring, summer, and the autumn. Down here, we have a very good climate, so a lot of the time we have sunny days, even in the winter or the autumn. So if it's not a rainy winter, it's a quite pleasant location to go for walks and enjoy nature. What about the university? The university was established in 1992, so we are quite a modern, new university, now not one of those traditional, long-standing established universities. We are quite modern, we are quite new, and we specialize in professionally oriented programs. So we give a great focus on preparing students for the job market. We do invest a lot on our facilities. Now we want to provide students with learning and living environments that are very suitable for the student community. Another priority we have when investing in our campuses is sustainability. So we try and we build buildings and facilities that are very sustainable and environmentally friendly. A lot of students and families and parents also ask us how well we do on rankings, despite it being such a young university. So the Times Higher World Rankings organization in 2021, and which is the current year, has ranked us as one of the top 100 young universities in the world. So young universities are all universities which are under 50 years of age. So we are right there on top amongst the 100. And we are also in the top 400 international universities in the world. So that's above all, amongst all ages. We are up there now. On the top 400. So it's a very good performance for a university as old as Bournemouth University. There are two campuses. So when you come to study in Bournemouth, you have the main campus, which is Talbot campus, which all faculties have classes and seminars in Talbot. But we also have the Lansdowne campus. And in Lansdowne, is where you studying the MBA or any of the management programs at master's level will be located most of the time. But you do have access to the main campus. You might attend guest lectures in the main campus, go to the gym, go to the library, meet your group for assignments. So the Talbot campus is open to all students. In terms of the size of the university, for the UK, we are considered a medium-sized institution. So as of last year, in September 2020, we had a total of approximately 19,000 students with us, both at undergraduate and postgraduate levels. And nearly 300,000 are international students, and people come from all over the world. It's more than 100 countries represented within our student body. So it's very cosmopolitan, it's very diverse. So it's a great place to be and interact with people from different cultures. So just a few pictures here for you of the business school. So when you come to study in Bournemouth, this is where you're going to be. It's called the Executive Business Center, and it's Lansdowne, very close to downtown, to the city center, about 10 minutes, 5 minutes from the beach. And that's your home, the Executive Business Center. And just briefly, I will not detail you, the programs. I just would like to highlight here for you what is it that we offer in the business school under business and management. So we have the Masters of Business Administration, the MBA, and we have several Masters of Sciences. So you have international management, management with human resources, innovation management and entrepreneurship, management with business analytics, as well as organizational project management. All masters are conversion courses, except from the MBA, which is a specialist course. What does that mean? It means that for the MBA, because it's a specialist course, you have to have studied business and management before. And sometimes if you haven't studied business and management before, but you have many years of experience in managing people, in work with business, your application might be considered. But even for students who have finished, have completed a degree in business and management, if you want to do the MBA, you still need 2 years work experience, okay? All the other masters, they are conversion programs, so you don't have to have studied business before. We accept applications from all students. It all depends on how well you did on your degree, on your personal statement. You are eligible to apply. I already touched on the entry requirement. So English is another requirement for you, and it's 6.5 overall for the MBA. For the other courses in business and management, you are required to have an IELTS of 6 overall or equivalent. The kind of besides IELTS, we also accept other English tests such as TOEFL, Pearson. So our website will give you, very detailed information about all the possible alternatives. So it's good to have a look. However, if you have studied a 4-year bachelor's degree in Turkey, and your university can confirm you have studied for the 4 years in English and you are assessed in English, that can also be considered in place of the English tests that we require. So it's a good thing for you, that option. The master's courses start in September and January. If you start in September, it takes you 12 months to complete. And if you start in January, it's 18 months. The reason for that is because if you start in January, you have a break during the summer. Therefore, you have to add that period to your course. So it takes you a bit longer. The business school invites very frequently professional guest speakers to come and talk to our students. So that's a very good opportunity for you to meet industry professionals and to start making connections, to build your network. And those moments are also really relevant when you are thinking about doing the work placement, because the work placement opportunities is available at all business school master courses. So, and it's 1 academic year, your work placement, but exactly 30 weeks. So attending those professional guest speakers and connecting with them will help you finding those work placements, because the work placement is not guaranteed. You have to apply and you have to secure it by yourself with the support of the school. So the school will support you in that process, but in the end of the day, you are the one being interviewed by the company and you have to guarantee that placement yourself. The tuition fees will vary between the tuition fee is about £15,000 for all programs in that framework. There is a little bit of variation, and then you have to see go to the course page of each one and find out the exact amount. And finally, scholarships. We have an unlimited number of scholarships. It's called the Academic Excellence Scholarship at a value of £3,500. This is awarded as a tuition fee discount. So it's automatic. You don't need to apply for these scholarships. All you need is to have a specific grade from your degree. Now, when you complete your degree, and if you get that final score, that final GPA, that final performance, the overall mark, you will be awarded a scholarship automatically. And I will now hand over to my colleague, Deborah, who is, before I hand over to the academic, very quickly, I will talk about accommodation because it's a very important information for you. So we do guarantee accommodation to all students. And you have quite a few options in terms of accommodations. You can stay in the student village, which is right on Talbot campus. If you prefer that kind of setup, you can stay at halls of residence, which is spread out in Lansdowne area, and or Unilet, which is houses that university manages, and then you can live with all the students, or even host families. Talia later on can tell you a bit more what, if she has any favorite location or halls of residence you stay. All rooms, doesn't matter where you stay, they are all suite bathrooms, they are all suite rooms. So you have your shower and your toilet with your accommodation. There are exceptions though, for example, the student village, because it's a village and it's lots of little houses. So you do share your bathroom with all the students. And also if you stay in the Unilet, which are also houses and host families, you are likely to have to share your bathrooms. But the halls of residences, they are en suite. You don't share with anyone. And if you're coming with your partner or with your family, there are a limited number of studios and flats for you that are available. Studios for single students, there's quite a few of them, but if you come with couples, as a couple or as a family, it's very limited, the number. And for this year, the cost will vary between £100 and £155, depending on your choice. Okay, and now I will hand it over to Deborah. Welcome, Deborah.
Thank you, and well, nice to see everybody today. Thank you for such a warm welcome. My name is Deborah Taylor, and I am the MBA Director within the business school. So I want to tell you a little bit about the MBA and why it might be a course of interest. So the MBA is a globally recognised qualification. So if you're looking to be a leader in the future, be that people, processes, projects, then an MBA is an internationally recognised qualification. The Bournemouth MBA is particularly interesting to many people because not only is our curriculum future focused, so it's very much looking forward as well as bringing in some of the key theories. We're also very interested in sustainability and that inclusive and responsible leadership, which is so important these days. If you wouldn't mind turning to the next slide, Luciana, please. So let me run you through our curriculum. So at the start of each semester, we have what's called a sprint. And you're probably thinking, what's the sprint? I'm not used to that terminology. So this is a really intensive interactive period at the start of each semester. It lasts for 2 weeks. And during that period, you'll undertake a live consultancy project with a client. So you work in groups on a particular problem for a client, and then at the end, you present your result back to the client. So alongside this, in Sprint 1, it's also about familiarising yourself with Bournemouth University and the course. It's about getting to know your cohort as well. We then go on to our 2 units. So leading and managing change in socially responsible organisations is very much, as it says or suggests, it's looking at leadership, it's looking at social responsibility, cross-cultural management, and organisational change and culture. And then you'll also undertake another unit called Developing Sustainable Strategies. And this covers strategy, finance, and marketing. So when I talk about us having quite an innovative curriculum, I think what you can see with this unit is we're taking away the silos that you usually find in a business curriculum. So these subjects are usually managed individually. So you would study marketing, you would study finance, you would study strategy. Actually, within business, it's likely that there's a lot of crossover between the two. So you can't set your strategy without understanding your financial situation. And of course, when you're setting your marketing strategy, you have to understand what your budget is. So we try to take down those silos. Sprint 2 starts at the end of January. That's another consultancy project. And also you would undertake some professional development classes to help you look at your own skills development and emotional intelligence areas such as that. You will also then in semester 2 have 3 units. One looking at big data within our managing organisational and individual performance. And then we have our Shaping the Future of Work unit. Now, the content on this differs every year because it's very contemporary. So this year we've been looking at virtual working, for example, because there's a lot of that happening at the moment, but also how organisations are going to manage blended work in the future. You will also undertake the elective, which I'll talk about in a moment. And then you undertake your project. So the project unit, which is either a formal dissertation, which we call a project, or another consultancy project, that you start thinking about it during semester 2, and then you do most of your work over the summer. And this is with a particular supervisor. And so for those of you on a 1-year MBA, you will finish your course at the end of August. For those of you who are looking for a placement option, you will then be able to start your placement from the 1st of September onwards. And I'll talk about the placement in a little bit more detail in a moment. So could we move to the next slide, please? Luciana, could we move to the next slide, please? Thank you. So in terms of electives, you have 6 different choices. So there's a little bit of everything. There's quite entrepreneurial, there's some digital marketing, there's some project management or finance. So a lot of choice for everybody. And all of these electives run every year. So you will get your first choice. In terms of our MBA classes, we always have quite a small cohort of about 30 students. You will have a mixture of very interactive classes. They're all seminar-based lectures. We have visits to companies. We will work with clients as well, or different companies. So it's very interactive. And then in terms of your assessments, we don't have any exams. So for those of you who don't like exams, that's a real bonus. But it can be a mixture of written assignments, presentations, different things such as electronic portfolios. So you've got something that you can take away and go to future employers. Next slide, please, Luciana. So what do we look for in students? Well, along with having some work experience, we look for people who want to be future leaders. And that doesn't just mean leading people, but it also means leading projects. And we get an awful lot of project managers on the course, or people who want to be consultants or set up their own business. We're looking for people who are aiming high. This isn't the sort of course that you can come onto and do part-time and really just have a great time as well. Yes, you can work, you can play hard, but you're also going to work hard. So it is a particularly challenging course, which is very full on. If you're somebody who's passionate about business, really interested in building networks and getting lots of company contacts, this might be the course for you. And final slide, Luciana, please. Let me just tell you a little bit about the placement. So this was only introduced last year, and so it's an opportunity for you to get some work experience in the UK. A lot of the opportunities are locally around the Bournemouth area, although you can always look beyond that to London, for example. And now all of our placements are advertised on our online jobs portal, and you get lots of support from a placement advisor. And we do have some placements which are only available to MBA students. So you're particularly lucky because you get access to all the uni placements as well as those ones just for MBA students. And just here we have a quote from last year's seminar rep who talked about how much they enjoyed the sprint, the sort of support you get from the lecturers, and also the types of assignments and things they enjoyed. So happy to answer any questions you might have. My email address is here if you don't want to put it in the chat. And hopefully see you in Bournemouth in September. Thank you.
Thank you, Deborah. I would like to invite to the stage Yumi now to talk about the Master's Courses Framework. Dr. Yumi, are you with us?
Hi, Yumi. Can you turn on your microphone, please?
Sorry, it's different system. It took a little bit while. Yes, I'm glad to be here. I'm Yumi Yang and the framework lead for management framework. So under this framework, you can see there is 5 frameworks. So MBA is managed separately by Deborah, and we later on I will talk about each framework program in detail. So the management framework is belong to business school. All the business schools have gone through recently program review. So all the courses are designed for the marketing demand and the students kind of like expectations. So we develop our courses, work along major international professional bodies. So we are AAC-SB accredited business school, and that has kind of position us into top 5% best business school in the world. And also all our courses within 5 programs, we designed the units accordingly for principle for responsible management education. So these are a few international accreditation bodies we either accredited and belong have membership for. Some students have free access to some of this membership. For example, if you study project management, you would have free access to APM, a chartered body for project management. So if you study for human resource management, students have an opportunity to attend the events for CIPD. So so within this 5 within the framework, we forgot to but they move to next slide. Yeah, Luciana, please move to next slides. Yeah, we already talked about accreditation bodies, so next slide, please. So within the framework, you can see we have 5 programs: MSc International Management, and MSc Innovation Management and Entrepreneurship, MSc Management with HR, and MSc Management with Business Analytics, and MSc Organizational Project Management. So if we move to next slide, we can see all of our courses for under the management framework is conversion courses. That means all the students, regardless of what kind of academic background you are from, you can apply for our courses. So all the courses provide students with knowledge of studying academic skills, and also we provide we invite a lot of guest speakers from industry to building the bridge between academic studies and professional practices. For some of the courses, we work closely together with industries, people from industry on projects. So all the courses we designed to cultivate your academic skills and also transferable skills, like to cater for employability for your future. This is a general view of all the courses, but then we are going to, if we move to the next slide, we are going to have a look at the details of the courses for each program. So first, start with MSc International Management. So if you have a look at the column, we can see if you study this program, you will have a few modules, including understanding managing people, such as leadership essential, and also managing people units. And also you are going to learn about marketing and strategy. Studying these various different subjects give you a kind of holistic view of how to managing business in an international market. So then this is kind of the largest program within management framework. We have students from all over the world. So MSc Management with the Human Resource Management and Resources. If you are interested in studying, understand managing people and working in HR field, so this is a program to teach you how to managing people in multinational culture companies, and also in an international environment. So the unit, for example, International Human Resource Management, will explain how national cultures and institutional cultures would have an impact on how you manage people in organizations, especially in the global environment. Companies have employees from diverse cultures, so it's important to learn how to understand their culture and institutional context. By saying that, we have a specific focus field in HR. Also, you can see you will have other some core units such as marketing strategy. That helps you to understand the market. As you see, organizations is treated as a whole, as human resource managers, or when you work in the field, you need to understand other aspects of organization. So then we have a MSc Management with Business Analytics. This is it's a new program, newish. It has been 2 years since the program was approved, but it has been such a demanding kind of a program on the market. In job market, many organizations are looking for people who has an aspect of understanding management and also data, using data to understand how businesses can be managed and how use data to make an informed decision. So we have already got a lot of interest from industries. The contact program leader Jens to ask about our graduates. So it's a very promising program. However, we have to emphasize that if you decide to choose study business analytics, you have to be very devoted to your time to study, because you need to learn about management, and also you need to learn about data analytics. Although I'm saying you need to learn about data analytics, but we don't require you to have a statistical analytic background and say it is a conversion course. You can come from different background, but you have to study hard to bridge this management and data analytic skills required by the program. So then the next program also I would like to have a look at the content of the program for MSc Management with Business Analytics. Okay, so you can see the program provides students opportunity to have some understanding of management concepts at the stage 1 autumn semester, and then in semester 2 you have a specific focused units on data analysis through 3 units. Then we have a look at MSc Organizational Project Management. This is about students who would like to study project management, although you can see we have a unit, Leadership Essential, and as a core unit to understand management. Then also you have a specific focusing on project management in the first term and the second term. Looking at the unit, you can see the unit provides students opportunity to understand management, project management, accounting, and finance. Through this, the students can have a kind of whole understanding how business can be run. Then we final program with the improvement in the framework is MSc Innovation Management and Entrepreneurship. Same as other programs. For this program, we also have a core unit help students to understand managing people aspect, and also have specific focused units such as business model innovation and a small media entrepreneurships and finance courses. And also we have a selling relationship customer service that is about marketing. So for students, if you want to start a business and be an entrepreneur, this course provides opportunity to understand how to understand every aspect of how the business should be run. So, and for all the programs, you have an option to take a placement for 30 weeks. This is after you finish or complete writing your research project. So one thing I would like to point out here is for program study MSc Project Management and also MSc Innovation Management Entrepreneurship students. They have opportunity to choose either to do a general research project or to do consultancy project. So that is if we move to next page, please. In terms of learning environment, we encourage students to have a critical thinking, and through group works, individual works, and debates, and also we kind of work. Some courses organize visiting industries or invite guest speakers from industry and share their real experience, learn from there. We have a small classrooms and seminar rooms that normally catered for 25 students. Also, all of our programs have students from different backgrounds, from China, India, Europe, Turkey, all over the world, which is brilliant. You can learn about different cultures. In terms of assessment, a majority of units use courseworks through group work or individual assignment or presentation. And also we use a consultancy project for assessment for some units. In terms of support, all the students belong to their program framework community. Often we make announcement on the various activities organized by program. So if we move to next page, please. Okay, oh, yeah.
Thank you.
That's everything I would like to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yumi. Thank you, Deborah, for your wonderful presentation. And I just would like to leave everybody attending today with the contact details for the regional management for Turkey. Her name is Nura Boyanu Martin. And you can screenshot this slide if you want to have access to it immediately. And she is available to talk to you more about your studies at BU. I highly recommend that you check constantly the student blogs and vlogs where we have, lots of stories written or produced by current students, so that will give you a great insight into student life. And also connect with our student ambassadors and via Unibody. You can send them questions and have chats with them on a one-to-one basis at any time. And I will now, before we open for the Q&A, I will hand over to one of our student ambassadors, Talia, who will talk to you about her experiences in Bournemouth. So I hope you will enjoy her presentation, and I see you soon. You can share your slide now, Talia.
Thank you, Luciana. Hi, everyone. I'm Talia. I am from Turkey, and I'm currently doing my second master's at BU. I'll be sharing my presentation with you now. Can you all see it?
Yeah, that's good. Thank you, Talia.
Okay. So in terms of the academic studies at BU and all around the UK in general, it's quite different to studies in Turkey. So rather than having a lot of contact hours per week where you would have lectures or seminars, you have a lot of independent study time. So you would normally have around 8 to 12 hours of lectures and seminars, and the rest of the time would be for you. You'd have some time for self-learning and independent study, which would allow you to become more professionalized in the field as well and do some more reading. There are a lot of resources like group presentations and books that you can find from the library for free, so you would have access to all these resources as well. In terms of employability, some of you have asked about part-time options. So whilst you're studying at BU, you can work part-time during your studies up to 20 hours per week. You can work in any field as well. It just you shouldn't exceed 20 hours as part of your visa regulations. But you can have like part-time jobs at uni, part-time jobs outside, whether it's relevant to your studies or just working as a barista or at cafe. So you can do any jobs you prefer. We have a career guidance and advice service at BU for each faculty. For example, business, you can go to the Faculty of Business and Management and then have some specific advice around that. They can help you build a CV, personal statement, a cover letter, so you can apply for jobs with it. And there are a lot of awards as well. So in terms of awards, you can get awards through university, or if you work for university, for example, as a student ambassador, you can also get awards for that as well. In terms of my personal experience, because I have studied psychology and also studying marketing now, you can specifically work in different fields. So for example, on the left-hand side, you can see I was working for uni doing blogs and vlogs. Like Luciana mentioned, you can read our blogs and vlogs online as well. I'll put the link later on. I was also working with the National Health Service as a psychologist during my studies. At the same time, I was helping Bournemouth University and representing Turkey. So you got lots of options. It's not just about studies when you come here, and you can earn lots of awards as well. Some of you asked whether Bournemouth is an expensive town. I have lived in different cities throughout my time in the UK, like London, Brighton, Birmingham. So I would say Bournemouth is not very expensive. It's not very cheap. It's a student town, it's a touristic town, and it's one of the warmest cities I've ever been in the UK as well. You can see from the pictures. So you would normally need to spend spare around like £1,000 per month for your expenses, rent, everything else, maximum of £1,000. This is what the government recommends as well. For you to be able to apply for the visa, you should have at least £10,000 spared to come to the UK. So those are the touristic areas that you can travel, and if you're a student, you get a lot of discounts for these two. To find out more, you can also go to Unibuddy, so you can find me here. You can put the areas of study and also speak to other Turkish students. You can follow us on BU International as well if you have any specific questions and if you want to follow to see what international students are doing in the UK. And lastly, some of you asked about scholarships. So if your GPA is above 3, you can apply for the Academic Excellence Scholarship, which is automatic. So like Luciana says, it will come with your cover letter, acceptance letter, sorry. And then it will automatically be deducted from your fees. And lastly, for studies after, for work placements after graduation, the government recently introduced a 2-year extension for your visa. So you'll be able to work full-time after your studies. So for those of you who are planning on applying for the coming year, definitely that's a great opportunity. So thank you for listening, and if you have any specific questions, I'm more than happy to answer them as well. But that's all from me today.
Thank you, Tyler, for your for sharing your experience with the participants. And and I think now we open for Q&A. So Tyler, you have been managing the Q&A part of the session. Are there any questions for Deborah, you, me, or myself, or for you?
Yes, so there is one question that I couldn't answer from Dosh. So if you scroll down to the bottom, he says that he's interested in fintech and also working as an account manager right now. So I didn't know about fintech. So if you can answer it, that will be really good.
May I ask the academics? You are muted, Deborah.
Sorry. I don't think we have any courses which specialise in fintech at the moment. To be honest, it's quite niche. So it would be part of a course, but it wouldn't be specifically a course on its own. Mm-hmm. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
There is another one, I think. Let me have a look. I think Deborah answered that GMAT question.
Can you make it public in case somebody else wants to know about it?
I think everyone can see it. I'm not sure if they can see it. So let me have a look quickly. So someone asked, would it be useful if we have a GMAT score for MBA application? And Deborah said it is useful, but not essential. So BU is looking for well-rounded individuals with some academic experience as well as work experience. So that was the answer. There are 2 new questions while I was talking. How is housing expenses in Bournemouth if we prefer private accommodation out of university housing options? So Zatia, if you're planning on applying for outside of uni accommodation, you got lots of options as well. But that would, although it's cheaper, you wouldn't have the security from the university. So my recommendation is if you're coming to BU, let's say for 2 years, the first year is to go to BU accommodation, get to know some students, get to know the area, and then you can move to private accommodation. And if you do, there are so many websites that you can just put, or there's so many Facebook groups. If you can go to Bournemouth University students accommodation, so many students are looking for housemates. So the prices would vary. If you're looking for a room, depends if you're single, if it is double. So it would vary between maybe £400 to £500 on average per month. There is another question about the pandemic. How is the pandemic in the UK? Education would be on campus for the new academic year. So with the new regulations, like it's easing up. But Deborah, would you like to answer that question?
I'm happy to answer that one, thank you. So we have been very lucky in that we've had quite a successful vaccine programme in the UK. So already I think 60% of our adults have the vaccine. And so that means that the numbers of people with coronavirus has dropped dramatically. And I think we're now at our lowest level since September, which is fantastic good news. So we are talking about being back. We can't unfortunately guarantee it, because there could be another pandemic that could mean that we could only be at but just at the moment the signs are really good. So we're all keeping our fingers crossed. And we will ensure that we take some of the good parts that are about for the teaching virtually. So actually, it isn't a case of virtual teaching bad, face-to-face teaching good. It's actually more nuanced than that. And there were some things about virtual teaching and there were some things about face-to-face teaching students don't like. So what we're going to try and do going forward is take the best of both elements so we can give an even better experience. I don't know how you found virtual teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything you enjoyed?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so in terms of kind of the online part, I think I benefited from it because sometimes if you're outside the country, you might not be able to attend the lecture. And now you had the chance to watch the lecture. It was recorded. If I go to Turkey, I can attend the lecture from Turkey as well, which was really useful. The lectures are quite helpful as well. They had to get used to the Zoom sessions and everything. But because you don't have to go to uni, you can just directly ask them and you can have a quick Zoom session with them. It was quite helpful. And now, because the restrictions are easing, like Deborah says, 60% of the population is vaccinated right now. So we are starting to go to uni, especially from May. We are starting to go as well. So probably it's highly likely that we will start face-to-face this coming semester.
It's important for you to check regularly, at least once a week, on the website what the latest update is. So if you go to the website, it's very clear, COVID information, and in there you have a Q&A, and then every single question we are asked, by students, by prospective students, we make sure the answer is there. And whenever there is an update, especially government guidelines, which the university has to comply with, we update that page. So if the mode of delivery is something that is really important for you before you make a final decision, do keep an eye on that page, because that's where the official position of the university is published. So mark it as a preferred page, if you like, and always check on it. I think we are 4 minutes over our time slot. Zeynep, can you confirm that?
Yes, thank you very much for your answers. I think you covered all of the questions.
Yeah, we did. Anything else, Talia, that you can think of over there? Or
I think we have covered like scholarships, work opportunities, the town in general, the expenses. I think most of them are covered. But if you've got more questions, as I said, if you go to Bournemouth University Unibuddy, you can find me. So you can ask me more questions in detail.
Thank you. Okay, so thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Talia, Yumi. And would you like to say, to leave them a final message, Deborah and Yumi?
Yeah, absolutely. I hope you found that interesting. Both Yumi and I are happy to answer any questions you might have as well. So do just drop us a line, and hopefully we'll see you in September.
You're muted, Yumi.
Yeah, as Deborah said, we look forward to seeing you in Bournemouth in the future.
Okay, Talia?
Thank you everyone for attending here and asking a lot of questions. It was really engaging and I quite enjoyed it. So hopefully we'll see you this coming September.
Thank you.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much
for your great presentation, Luciana, Deborah, Yumi, and Talia, also for your answers. We had a lot of questions and you covered them all. Also, I would like to thank the participants in Turkish as well. Katıldığınız için teşekkür ederiz arkadaşlar. Bournemouth University ile ilgili diğer sorularınız için Nuriye ile iletişime geçebilirsiniz. Aynı zamanda sizi 6'daki webinarımıza da davet etmek isteriz. Thank you again, you guys. It was a pleasure to have you in IEFT Talks.
Thank you.
Bye. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.